Okay, now let's look at this function here. Remember, this is in this format, fx equal to x plus a square plus b. T is actually in a completing the square format. Completing the square format. Okay. Now that means we can use the information from here to determine the coordinate of the maximum or the minimum point. Okay. Now, what you can do is let's write the function over here. It is actually 2x plus 1 square minus 3. Now, first of all, we have to determine whether is it a maximum or a minimum curve. Okay, the coefficient of the square term is actually a positive 1. In other words, if this coefficient is positive, then it means it is a minimum curve. Okay, it's a minimum curve. That's the first piece of information that you can obtain from a function which you've already rearranged in the completing the square format. Okay, the second piece of information will be obtained from the inside the square bracket. Okay, now so let's make 2x plus 1 equal to 0. Therefore, x equal to minus half. Okay, now what is the significance of this x equal to minus half? Let's do a simple plot over here. Wait, I think it's better to do it over here, which make it easier. Now, what is the significance of x equal to minus 2? Basically, it's saying that the coordinate, the x coordinate of the minimum curve, the x coordinate of the minimum curve is minus half. Okay, we know it's along the vertical line x equal to minus half. Okay, that is the x coordinate of the minimum curve. Okay, but we have to find the y coordinate. Since we have identified the x coordinate, we have to find the y coordinate to identify the exact point of the exact minimum point of the curve. Okay, now, so the third piece of information would be taken from here, which is minus 3. Okay, what is the significance of this minus 3? It means the y coordinate, okay, of the minimum point of the curve is equal to minus 3. So in other words, if this is minus 3, so the point will be here. X coordinate is minus half. Y coordinate is minus 3. Okay. Since this is a minimum curve, the curve should look in like this manner. Let's change the color slightly. Change it to red. So it's a minimum curve, so you will expect it to be another piece of information that if you want to put it onto the graph, which may not be necessary, but it will be very helpful if you know how to do it. Now, we want to find the y-intercept. Okay, when at the y-intercept, that means where the curve passes through the y-axis, because the y-intercept, the x value is actually at that point where you have the y-intercept. The x value is equal to 0. So now, this function, let's put x equal to 0. Then you got 2 times 0 plus 1 square minus 3. So this become 2 times 0 is 0 plus 1 square minus 3. Therefore, you end up answer with minus 2. It means therefore, if you want to sketch the curve, it'll be like that. Okay, it passes through this point here, which is equal to minus to the y-intercept. Okay, now so the other side, remember, it's a symmetrical curve along this axis, and this x-axis is the middle axis. Okay, the axis of symmetry. So this half here is actually a reflection of this half. Okay, so if you talk about axis of symmetry, is this line. This line is actually equal to x is actually x equal to minus half. Okay. Now, after you have sketched the function, now time to answer the question. What is the range of the function? I mean, based on the rate, this function, the curve, the quadratic function here, what is its value based on this curve? You can see that clearly. The graph will never go below this point. It will never go below y equal to minus 3. Okay? I mean, the maximum the y value can go is y equal to minus 3. Other than that, y can be could be bigger than minus 3, minus 2, minus 1 here. And then you can see this curve here. The y value of this part of the curve is a positive y value. Okay, so it can continue until positive infinity. So the answer for the y value, the function, the range of function, actually asking you for the y value. Okay, so this is actually your function. Okay, this is actually your x. So when you want to find the range of f, means you are looking for the function value. Okay, so the function value, so the range of s is actually has to be either equal or bigger than minus 3. Okay. Now, write an expression of the inverse function. Let's look at the function. Let's come over here. Let's look at the function again. Before you do anything, what you have to do is the function fx will equal to y. Okay. Now, so this function here, fx is y equal to 2x plus 1 2 minus 3. Finding the inverse function, basically you want to make x the subject rather than y. In this case, the function y is the subject. The function is the subject. But when you want to find the inverse function, then you have to make x the subject. Okay? Now, how do you do this? Move the minus 3 over to the left hand side. So it's y plus 3 equal to 2x plus 1, you square it. Okay? Now, to get 2x plus 1, I have to square root this. Then you get 2x plus 1. Okay? Now, next would be, okay, sorry, teacher, I forgot. You got a plus minus here. Okay? Now, let's bring the plus 1 to the left hand side. So it's plus minus square root y plus 3 minus 1 equal to 2x, and then x is equal to the whole thing minus 1 over 2. Okay. Okay, now from here we have to decide, okay, for x to be the subject, whether you will take the positive or you take the negative. Okay, now let's rearrange x equal to, you got a plus and you got a minus. Let's write both. Y plus 3 minus 1 over 2. Then or the other one you want to take is the negative. Y plus 3 minus 1 over 2. Okay, now you look at these two values. This negative square root y plus 3, negative 1. That means this one will be, this one will be always, first of all, it will be always negative in value. That's number one. Now, you see, you got minus square root y plus 3. At the same time, you got, if you split these two, it's actually minus square root y plus 3 over 2. Again, minus 1/2. Okay. So this x the subject. If you have this, you can see that you already have a minus half, but you put another minus half. That means the x is actually even less than minus half. Okay, but you can see what it's saying is x must be bigger than minus half. Okay, so in this case, this whole thing cannot be the solution. So you have to choose this one. So your x is equal to y plus 3 minus 1 over 2. Okay, now, so you have select the positive one. So positive square root y plus 3 minus 1. Since it is positive, you will get a value that is bigger than minus half. Okay, this one where you have minus square root y plus 3 and minus 1, it will be smaller than minus half. So this one doesn't satisfy this condition. So you cannot choose this. Where this one, because this is positive, minus 1, you end up a much bigger value. So it will be bigger than minus half. Now, the next step is, once you have made x the subject, the next thing is you put the x become the inverse function. Okay? Then your y become x. plus 3 minus 1 over 2. So that's it. This is the inverse function. X become your inverse function, your y become the x. Once you make x the subject. Okay, so that is the answer for the expression. So the inverse function is actually equal to square root x plus 3 minus 1 over 2. Now, let's look at the third one. Third one is talking about the g function. G function is equal to 3 over 1 plus x. Okay, now, they say that using this information, find the value which satisfies this equation. So fg x equal to 13. What is the meaning of fg x? I mean, this is a composite function, combining the f function and the g function. Okay, how would this be interpreted? This actually written f x equal to g x. Okay, equal to 13. Okay, that means the x in the f function will be replaced by gx. Okay, let's look at your f function. Okay, your f function is f 2. This is your x, drop this off first. The x, okay, the f function, the 2x here. I'm going now to write in the x first. I leave it empty. Plus 1 whole thing square minus 3. So fgx means f where the x of the f function is going to be replaced by the whole gx function. Okay, in other words, the x in the f function will be replaced by the gx function. What is the gx function? The gx function is 3 over 1 plus x. Okay, now let's do some simplification over here. So 2 times 3 is 6. Denominator is still 1 plus x. Okay, plus 1. Square it minus 3. Okay, now let's simplify whatever inside the bracket. It's 1 plus x. 6 plus this 1. So since we want to combine the two terms inside the square bracket, what we have to do is we have to have the same denominator, which is 1 plus x, 1 plus x. Since this 1, here should be 1 plus x squared. Okay. Now let's simplify this further. This is equal to, since we have the same denominator, we can write as 1 plus x. Here is 6 plus 1 plus x, so it's 7 plus x square minus 3. Okay, so there is okay, so this f, teacher, this mgx, okay, teacher will write this. So this composite function is replacing the x of the f function by gx, which is 3 over 1x. Now we have simplified at this stage. So this is fgx equal to 13. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fgx equal to 13. So FGX is actually 7 plus x, this whole thing here. We get 1 plus x squared minus 3 equal to 13. Okay. Bring this over here, become 7. So let's do it over here. So it's 7 plus x over 1 plus x square equal to 3 plus 13, which gives you 16. Okay, so if you want to remove this square, I square root this side. But remember, I got a plus minus, so it's 7 plus x, 1 plus x. Okay. Now, let's continue further. Square root 16 plus minus this is equal to plus minus 4. Okay, so 7 plus x over 1 plus x. Now, let's look at the positive one. So 7 plus x, the positive one, plus 4, 4 times 1 plus x. So 7 plus x is equal to 4 plus 4x. So bring this over here. 7 minus 4 is 4x minus x. This bring to the right side. So this becomes 3x. This becomes 3. Therefore, x is equal to 1. Okay? So this is the value. What about if you take the negative? Okay, let's see. Find the value of x. I mean, there's one value of x. Okay, now x is equal to 1. Let's check. X has to be bigger than minus half. So if x equal to 1, so it's satisfied. Okay. Similarly, x equal to 1 is bigger than this, so it's satisfied. Now, what about if you take the negative 1, 7 plus x, 1 plus x minus 4. So similarly, 7 plus x equal to minus 4 minus 4x. Now, bring this over here is 7 plus 4. This one is minus x minus 4x. So this will become 11. This is minus 5x. This basically is minus 1x minus 4x. Therefore, x equal to minus 11 over 5, which gives you minus 2.2. Okay? Now, let's see whether this meets the rule. X equal to minus 2 plus 2. It is, x has to be bigger than minus half, means bigger than minus 0.5, but this is even smaller than that. Therefore, x equal to minus 2.2 doesn't satisfy this. Similarly, you look at here, x has to be bigger than minus 1, but this is less than minus 1. So, this couldn't satisfy the requirement. Okay, therefore, D is not an answer to question 3, part 3. Okay, only this one. Okay, that's it.